1000 and switch to the backup YouTube ingest server. So I'm going to give it a minute and let me know if you guys are seeing this in decent timing, or if it's still lagging out pretty hard for you, or what the case is. Let me know once you get the video what it's looking like for you. Just now seeing that it's coming live in the YouTube preview thing online, so yeah. Is it better? Yay, it's doing better. Okay, I'm hearing better. Alright, well, with that said then, I'm not going to repeat other than just super fast. I'm doing a console, Crystal's doing a console, you're watching her console video feed on screen. So we're going to get to it. What she's done is use the scratch pin, which is this little red mamma jamma right here. And she's taken the top layer coating off of the Nand points. She's applied a little bit of flux and then melted it with her iron. And I think now she's going to start preparing to install her Nand reader-writer wire contacts. So as she's doing that, I'm going to be doing my own console over here with my head down, just to prove that you know, I'm not helping her or overseeing or whatever. Not that that's a big deal. I mean, we worked together on it, and you know, that's how she got taught how to do this. And so she's tinning the spots for the Nand headers now. This is a Trinity console. It's going to be done using the ACE V3 method and the CR4 speedup files. So you're going to see us program the chip with the custom timing files, as well as install the ACE chip and everything. We still doing better? We're not lagging out anymore? What's up? How do you say that name? G-Talk X Algict. Okay. John, thanks, man. You said better, so that's good. Honey, would you pass the flux? That's a weird statement. Oh, okay. Cool. So here's mine, fluxing it up. So she's prepared her or preparing the second set, second pin header there. For those of you that are interested, that is the same image that you can get within JRunner if you go to the images, Nandex Slim, Nandex Trinity. So images, oh, my hard drive's spinning up, hold on. And we'll switch over to this. So here's my JRunner install. It's popping up that image now. There we go. Of course, it's gigantic. This is what she's doing right now. So black wire, brown wire, red wire, orange wire, yellow, which is actually ground, and then 7 and 6, blue and green, which are the 7 wires, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that you need in order to install the Nandex header. So if we switch back to her video here, not G-Talk, J-Talk, I don't know. Vinage, thanks. Purchased 4 months ago. Cool, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Head assery. Oh, somebody's been. I need a Nandex or a JR programmer. I got them. I got some. Actually, I think I got one Nandex left on my website right now. I'm gonna order a couple of more, but yeah. So I'm doing my Nand header here. Which actually, Mrs. the Weekend Modder over there has the only Nand set that I have prepped with those resistor legs and stuff. So I might break another one out of the package and set it up too, so we can do two at the exact same time. You're buying that Nandex on my website. All right, well, proof in the pudding. I'll give you a shout out if the order comes in during the live stream here. No problem. I mean, not that it means much, but you know, whatever. No, I'm not going to be giving these away. These are actually for customer orders that have already been placed. So both the console that I'm doing and that Crystal's doing, and then obviously, you know, just for thoroughness and stuff, I double check them. But she's quite talented at this and is doing much better job than I did on only my. I don't know, how many consoles do you think you've done now, honey, practicing this stuff? 10?
Yeah.
15 maybe?
Not quite.
Yeah. Oh, you bricked your Nand. Oh man, that's not good. Don't do that. Here's some good advice. Don't brick your Nand. Let's see. This is another set of Nand wires. These might work okay. Let's give these a shot. Alright, I'm going to switch it up and actually install my chip first. You jailbreak PS3s. Congratulations, cool. That's not what this live stream is about, nor what goes on my channel. So, doesn't jailbreak PS3 because literally anyone can do it. No. Let me throw out there quickly that is not the reason that I don't do it. It's actually can be a really complicated process. I know a little bit about jailbreaking PS3s, and in some cases, it can actually need to go as far as removing the physical NAND chip and inserting it into a NOR flasher and then some stuff. But really, it's just that I stay about as busy as I want to stay just doing Xboxes. I really just don't have a lot of time to do everything else. Quality is terrible. Is it still? Hey, the Weekend Modder, you think that's really me with girl hands? Look, my hands are here. See, there's two sets of hands going on same time. Also, I wear a different ring. It's
and
from the same pair.
His fingernails.
Also, no painted fingernails.
And if you have to ask that, really.
Oh, come on. They're just goofing.
Okay, I'm done.
Alright, so you have soldered in NAND wire. You're going to go through and do the chip too?
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, just go ahead and put the chip all at once. That's how much confidence I have. She's going to install the chip, and then she'll pass it over to me, just because I'm in front of the computer that has the Nandex attached. All I'll do is plug in the Nandex header, read the NANDs, flash the chip, and be set. Cool, sending your console out in the morning for a send-in service or a repair. Excellent. Yeah, for PS3s, some downgrading is possible. Hey Tim, cool. I'm a little bit surprised, to be honest. I hope you don't mind. I think you paid $50 for that flashed Zephyr, which wasn't a bad deal, and it wasn't a bad console. I put fresh thermal paste on it and stuff before I shipped it out, but I didn't expect those things to last a whole long time, which is why I sold them so very cheap. So the fact if it's still running and going good for you, then awesome. That is great news. For a $50 console, I am sure you are getting your money's worth out of it. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, lots of people don't feel comfortable jailbreaking. I mean, because basically that's what RGH is, right? PS3 hung on to the word jailbreak. When you talk about your iPhone, you talk about a jailbreak. But really, when we say RGH and JTAG, we're talking about a jailbreak. What's up, honey? Oh, okay. You did it. You did yours. You did your Xbox. How do you say your name? What do I call you? G-Talk X? Talk X? I don't know how to say any part of that name. I'm gonna wait. Spell it out for me phonetically. Jetoxical alject. Alject. Okay, so it's the last part. Alject. Okay, cool. So how long do you? I think it'll take to get back to you. Let's see. 2 or 3 days from you to me. 2 or 3 days in my possession, and then 2 or 3 days from me back to you. That's basically how all of my services work. A little faster if it's a brick. Lots of times I'll do those, kind of skip them in line ahead of other send-ins because a brick can often be done a bit faster than other send-in services. You know, because usually it's just solder in some NAND wires, reflash and NAND to go. So, Alject, did you mod your PS3 or did you mod your Xbox 360? You RGH'd it? And you also do jailbreaks, or what's the deal? Yeah, you have well, actually not that much better down than me. I've got 40 down and only 5 up, but I'm uploading. Everybody said it was doing better before. Yeah, it's lagging for everybody, huh? Crap. Well, I'm committed now. It'll get converted to a video at the end, so anybody that wants to can just go back and rewatch the recorded version. Alright, so the wires that Crystal is installing now over there are actually her power, ground, 5-volt, and E and F. I'm going to pull up the Trinity Hv3 Install. Let's see if I can pull up an image for you guys to superimpose on that. That would make sense. Yeah, everybody wants to put Corona images with the Ace. There's not a lot of Trinity images with the Ace out there. Yeah, this kind of works. Here, let me see. Oh, there you go. So if you look on screen there, you can see that that's the NAND wires. This is the image that she uses to reference. So E and F additionally are labeled there. Ground is labeled, and then the 5-volt point is labeled. So those just go to the correspondingly marked pads on the Ace chip. This is lagging so bad you can't even watch it for 5 seconds. Okay. Well. Yeah, you gotta get it just right. Oh, the E3 flasher thing, the solder connections. I've heard that it can be pretty tricky. I've never done one personally. I've watched part of one be done. There's a guy out of the Denver area, goes by the name of he's what's his company name? Icon, IKON. So he's Icon Tech in Denver. He's actually in North Denver, but he does PS3 downgrading and jailbreaking and flashing and all that sort of stuff. And I've seen him do one in the past. Are we still lagging real bad? What's the verdict, guys? Did one of you just text message me in the middle of a live stream to ask a specific question? Seriously? That seems kind of uncool. I don't know. it offends me a little bit for some reason. I don't really have a good reason for it, but yeah, LPTF, you just outed yourself. You couldn't just ask that in the general group chat or take a screenshot and record the rewind of the video that was there? Is the quality that bad? I mean, it was literally just on your screen if you're watching the live stream, right? I don't mean to be like badgering about it, but I mean, there you go. That's how to do it. Back up the video, or if for some reason you can't, you can wait once it goes out. Yeah, I think even though it's lagging, can't you go backwards in time though? Is that possible? I honestly don't know. Maybe it's not possible. Somebody needs to correct me and tell me I'm being an idiot. Alright, so I'm just about finished wiring in the chip that I'm installing. However, I don't have Nand wires connected to it just yet. So Crystal's actually a little bit ahead of me in that regard, although I've been jibber-jabbering. Is it possible to rewind a live stream while the live stream is still occurring? Anybody answer that? Is that... just for general knowledge? Het weekend. Het Wizardcraft. No lag. Oh, it's not lagging now? It's better? That's good news. Yeah, it's getting better. Well, see, I haven't changed anything. It's at the same lower quality setting that it was when I restarted the stream. Crystal, tell the people how real you are.
They want to know how real I am?
Yeah, are you real?
Yes, I'm real.
Oh, you're right here and stuff?
Yes, I'm right here.
Okay. Working. This is work? This is fun.
This is work.
Oh, it's work. Okay. I don't know. I'm kind of tempted to repost excerpts of this or make Crystal do another one and title it like something along the lines of Girl Mods Xbox 360, because I think it's pretty cool. She learned this because we get enough mod requests and work and stuff. Now it says I'm straight up offline. Am I still offline? We are using the Ace V3 chip to do our installs today. We're going to program them with the CR4 speedup files, which were originated... No, I don't have 1080p enabled. I promise. The camera that I'm shooting on isn't 1080p. The bit rate is set on a custom set to only 5,000. So, and these are the exact same settings I've used every other time I've streamed with no complaints from anybody. I haven't changed anything. What happened to TWM Bacon? Yeah, so Austin, TWM Bacon, went off and got himself a job driving, doing some stuff, and was busy enough that he wasn't able to continue doing the modding, basically. So he is not selling, not modding, not doing any of that. If you see anybody claiming to be him, I would be super skeptical. Bacon is... but your bit rate is high enough that it just allows 1080p. The bit rate defines what it transcodes into. I don't know. Maybe I can lower something. I don't know, my biggest point against that is that I didn't change anything from the last time I did the mod, and the last time I did a live stream, everything worked fine. Can I help you fix your job runner? Is there any chance you can show me how to RGH your Xbox over Skype? No, there's no chance of that. Well, actually, let me rephrase. If you want to pay me what I charge somebody to do a send-in, okay, I'll think about it. But for freezies, I don't really have that sort of time on my hands. Just bottom line is, it's time consuming to handhold a noob through a process. And I'm not trying to be insulting calling you a noob, but if you need that sort of help, you need that sort of help. But that's why I've got videos on my channel that cover most of the major installations. If you're doing an Ace V3, you're probably watching the poorest one right now, this video, because I'm not doing a great job of explaining everything. But I've got at least 3 other videos on my channel that cover end-to-end the Ace V3 CR4 speed up installation, like completely. So if that's the install that you're doing, you really don't have any excuse. You got 3 different full-fledged install videos. If you check out the Ace V3 page on my store, so over at store.weekendmodder.com, if you go into the Xbox Tools section, you can click on the Ace V3, and I actually link each of those videos on the Ace V3 page directly. And then to make it even simpler, I offer to pre-program the Ace V3 for you if you want. The biggest mistake I think people make at this point is overestimating their soldering abilities. Find yourself a circuit board. Find yourself a, something else to practice on, and go to town. Make sure that you figure out stuff about your soldering technique before you try it first time on your Xbox. So right now the point that Crystal's doing is the D or CPU RST point. It's a really delicate point on the far side of a resistor there. Again, any of my previous videos that are linked on that Ace V3 page on the store will walk you through it. Just leave the extra length there, honey. Don't sweat it. We'll trim it down later if we need to. That's because you're a wizard. Dude, Xbox modder. Hey, let's tone it down. 100% you'll brick your Xbox and insulting people who you don't know their background. That's not cool, bro. Let's just keep it civil. We don't need to be, yes, I probably tend to agree with you. The quality on most people's installs who've only done 1 or 2 is not always phenomenal. But insulting them and stuff is calling it shit's probably not the way to go. So let's keep it cool. Jasper is the best. So I would think of if you add to the end of that statement of the fat consoles, you are absolutely 100% accurate. But if you're talking Xboxes overall, I'd much more like to have a Trinity or a Corona console because of the combined XC GPU. When you've got both the GPU and CPU combined in a single die under that giant heatsink, they just perform much better. It basically resolved all of the ROD issues that consoles were having. So just to throw out there, I just went ahead and installed my NAND reader writer wires. I went ahead and clicked the little inquiry button here. Okay, cool. You're going in timeout. Timeout. Yeah, he told me to something. I don't know what it was, suck my dick sort of thing. That was not very cool. Anyway, so back to the real reason you guys are here. I soldered in my NAND read write wires. Again, if you want that image with NAND or JRunner installed images, Nandex Slim, Nandex Trinity, and it is this image. So I soldered those wires in, connected up my Nandex, put standby power on, click this little question mark button, got a valid configuration back. It identifies the motherboard as a Trinity here. So I'm going to go ahead and hit read NAND, and then we get this nice little pop-up here, which I say OK to, and it's going to start reading the 2 copies of my NAND here. What I always like to do as well is pull up a window to my output folder, and I can see my nandump.bin being built out here and actually recording.
I'm done.
You don't want people killing their Xboxes. Weekend Modder makes it look easy, but you can screw up if you know what you're doing. You know what, man? You're absolutely right. And I don't mean that I'm necessarily right about making it easy, but it is easy to become overconfident in your soldering abilities. That's the #1 issue. So you definitely want to be cautious and thorough. People oftentimes have way too hot of a soldering iron to burn the crap out of their boards. It is a risky endeavor. You are melting metal, low melt point, but you are melting metal and adhering it to your Xbox. Xbox Modder there's got a really solid point that you can absolutely damage your console, and if you don't trust yourself not to damage it, or you can't live without it if it does get damaged, don't do it, man. Just pay somebody else. It's not worth the, I offer a send-in service for $75. Weekend Modder, or not Weekend Modder, Xbox Modder, feel free if you offer a service, plug it in the comments, that sort of thing. Do I ever do fix-up from newbies? No, I really try to avoid those. I used to take them on. I used to try to tackle when people burn their crap and whatever, but it's just not worth the time these days. There's so much time that just gets eaten by trying to clean up behind somebody else, that for the price that I pay, if somebody messes up their install but they provide the chip, they want a discount off of the full price, right? So if I normally get $75 for an install, well, now they already want $10, $15, $20 off because they bought their own chip. And then they want me to spend all the extra time fixing it, repairing it, using alternate points, doing trace repairs, whatever. It ends up being way more time consuming than just a stock install. So in those scenarios, I really think, what I do is basically turn them away and say that they should try to find another modder who's willing to take on repair work like that, because I just don't do it. Yeah, you're going to have to watch the recorded version afterwards, man. I'm sorry, the video sucks. Oh, what color? What color LEDs are ordered? So we got one blue and one pink. Would you like to do pink or blue? I'll give them for you. You want blue? Should go. Alright, so what Crystal is doing over on the other screen here is going to be the front ring of light LED. She's actually completed the entire RGH install, but I'm hogging the computer with the Nandex. I run mine at 470C, but I run hot because I work fast. So if you run as hot as I do, make really sure that you're not holding heat on the board all the time. When you hold heat on the board all the time, like for long periods of time, it can absolutely burn the board to a crisp. 750, yeah, totally viable. 720, 800, is in the same ballpark. That's running a little hot, that sort of thing. Alright, so my NAND read's just completed. I'm going to go ahead and tick my CR4 checkbox. I'm going to create my ECC. I'm going to pop back over to this so you can see that I did that. So I ticked this box. I created ECC. Now I'm going to write ECC. And then I'm going to program my glitch chip real fast and just show you guys that this thing boots. And then we'll do the same thing with the console that Mrs. Weekend Modder over there did. Alright, so now I'm switching up my Nandex configuration. I plugged in the little programmer wire to it. And no power connected to my console. Putting the TMS to the square pin here. And I'm programming the CR4 speedup file TR_L_0.6_T_60.6 from 15432. So that chip has been programmed, and now finally I'm going to go ahead and boot this console real quick while you guys watch Crystal finishing up those LEDs.
Yeah, no pressure.
No pressure, you better get them right the first time. Here's the remote. I use a little infrared remote to turn on my consoles. Alright, we just got a glitch on the first console. Pop you over to the game capture and you'll actually see it boot Zell here. So there's the thing booting Zell. Bam, bam, bam. I'm going to pop away before we see the CPU key there. I'm going to read that into my JRunner. 170 is the IP address. Go ahead and create an updated NAND. Do I a hot air station? Yeah, you know, 400, 350, 400. I'd probably start at 400 Celsius for a first timer. Do I have a hot air station? Yes. I even have an infrared preheating plate for when I was kind of thinking about getting into red ring repairs, but it really just Timbus 20. I'm going to do a Google search on that. 20 watt for appliance repairing. So you got no temperature control on that thing at all. It's not variable. Man, I don't know. I don't know what the temperature it's going to hit at is. 20 watts is a little bit on the low side for me, maybe a little bit. But you have no variable temperature control. I think the cheapest soldering iron I've ever seen with variable temperature control has been about 20 bucks on Amazon. And even then, it wasn't like precise variable control. It was just like gave you yellow, red, more red, reddest as an indicator of how hot it was, not like a real solid indicator. GPU issues, the GPU dying and the solder balls, concrete info. Absolutely. How many consoles do I have lying around my house? So if you look right over there, you can see about 25. There's probably 30 of them in my house still right now. Yeah, sorry guys for the cutouts and whatever. I guess if you really missed anything important, you can just go back to the recorded video. Hopefully that'll be complete. Alright, so our second NAND write just completed. That's what that nice little jingle was. I'm just going to do one more quick boot to validate that this console still starts after the modded NAND been written to it. And I'll tweak on it a little bit later, of course. But it's no thing to watch me mod a console. You guys have seen me do that a bunch of times. Here in just a second, you'll have, we'll slide Crystal's console over, and we'll check out how she did on that one. There we go. So here's our mod on that, and here's the game capture spooling up. Oh, that's huge. Fix that. There we go. And it's going to boot up into 40. Oh, did I say 40 down? 40 gigabyte down. No way. Yeah, megabyte. 40 gigs down. Holy crap. 2080. Yeah, maybe. No, I wish I had 5 gig up. I really would be the upstream that would be nice. The downstream just doesn't matter. Well, I mean, it matters to a point until you get down to like 4 or 5 down, where it sucks to be at that low of a rate. But if you get anything more than that, it's just about a little bit of patience. But with your upstream, if your upstream sucks, then you get what I'm having right now, which is poor upload. So here's Crystal finishing up her... Can you push that a little further up, honey? There you go, perfect. There's Crystal finishing her LED modification in the time I've been yapping around. I'm going to burn the backup disc for the console that I finished. Pirate a movie. Yeah, a gig up and down is what Google Fiber typically is. What we have to our house is fiber to the local node, and then it splits it out because it still comes in over copper DSL. Hey, cool. Cool. You're welcome. Dude, I would almost move to Kansas for Google Fiber. Oh my lord. My wife would hate me. She would never allow that to happen, but I would almost move to Kansas. Crystal says it's not happening. Mrs. the Weekend Modder must be convinced. Everyone send her flowers. Not really. Nobody send her flowers.
You don't do that very often.
Hey. Alright, are the LEDs done?
Don't put that on.
Oh man. We're not confident?
Not today.
Alright. The LEDs are a challenge. They're super tiny. It's really hard to get them right the first time. Why don't you rock the console over here and we'll test it out. Maybe could you unplug that camera and I'll turn it off for a second. But could you IP camera Crystal, here we go.
You can turn it on.
No, just bring it over here so that we can capture the video on this now that we don't need it over there anymore. Here we go. Alright, so that's burning. Alright, so what I'm doing right now is just hooking up Crystal's console that she did to standby power, plugging in the Nandex, and I'm going to bring up JRunner here. Oh, if this would stop. I'm going to bring up JRunner here and make sure that we can get a good NAND read from it. So the first thing I'll do is hit this here question mark. Super positive so far. We get the Trinity back, which means the NAND wires are installed properly. So go ahead and hit read NAND, and then on this input name thing here, we'll just hit OK.
I don't know where.
Yeah, that's fine. Just, I got it. Thank you.
It's annoying.
Don't be annoyed. It's amazing. Technology. It's not in general Kansas, more than Missouri. No, I know it's not everywhere in Kansas. It's in Kansas City, bro. Your girlfriend would laugh at you. Fiber for everybody. She likes to support everything. Yeah, well, I mean, she works from home, meaning she watches our children, right? That's a job. It totally is a job. I'm not, like, mocking that at all. So given a little bit of spare time, you know, being able to mod a console or two and help me out would be super advantageous. So here we go. Alright, so you can see the installation that she did here. Here's the NAND wires to install. So that's what we're watching the NAND read through to. The chip is properly installed, although she didn't have access to the NANDX. So I'm going to have to go ahead and program that via the pin header here in just a few moments. Coax or fiber is harder to terminate. You have to use a joining station or whatever. Vermin Supreme. I don't know what that means. Alright, so it's going to take about another 3 minutes or so. Vermin Supreme. Look him up. What does it do? Alright, I'll Google it. What is Vermin Supreme? Vermin Supreme are all around. He's a performance artist. He goes undercover as presidential candidate Ken Stevenson to learn about American morals and values. What? This is really weird. When I'm president, everyone gets a free pony.
You had opening 2 minutes to Mr. Vermin Supreme.
Thank you. Gingivitis has been eroding the gum line of this great nation long enough. It must be stopped.
Seriously.
That's
And
weird.
together, make America a sea of shining smiles from sea to shiny sea. Now, friends, some people will tell you that this mandatory toothbrushing law is about the secret. It is not me. Run your life, because I do know what is best for you. Yes, I am a politician. I will promise you anything your little electorate heart desires.
That's really weird. It cut out. Did I say I was voting for Trump? No, I didn't say. He tried running for president. Really? She's supposed to be doing this. She did do this. She did all the hard work. You think she can't click some buttons on a computer? Where can I get the version of JRunner you have? This is JRunner. Here, I'll show you my exact version. Output. This is JRunner Beta 283 Core Pack. If you actually just Google, if he wants to give everybody ponies and kill us, if you just Google the JRunner download, you should find massive amounts of them. Even one posted by me for 17502, I believe, on my YouTube channel. Almost through that second NAND read here. Let me switch over to that section. Here we go. The quality looks like potato in the preview window that I see. And I see it stuttering.
Maybe it's that camera.
Yeah, it could be this camera. Alright, so we've got that finished. We're going to tick the CR4 box. We're going to create ECC. We're going to write ECC. This is going to go super fast. Zell lives in the first 50 blocks. I'm going to grab out my programming cable here so that when I disconnect the NANDX here, plug in. So the newest versions of, they are hacking all, whatever. Okay, I don't care. I don't want to talk about politics. The newest versions of JRunner try to connect to an ad server that may have been taking over by malicious, users or whatever. So what I do is open up your Windows firewall and put an outbound and an inbound connection. Firewall rule saying block the connection for both outbound and inbound connections. Let's see if we can capture that. And then it stops having a problem because basically then JRunner can't talk to the internet, which is fine because it doesn't need to. The file checks that it tries to perform and download are not necessary to repeat every time. So we're trying the first boot here on the console. You can see the green glitching going on right here. So once we get a successful cycle, we will have a valid boot. So that's a successful boot there. And we'll see here over in the game capture in just 1 second that there's Zell. So there's proof. I didn't have to touch up any of the solder points. Didn't have to do anything there. And this console was modded by Mrs. Weekend Modder. So kind of cool. Anyway, I appreciate you guys spending some time hanging out with us this evening. I'm going to try to do Hello Adam Griff. I don't know what that means. Hello Adam Griff. Hello Adam Griff. I don't know why I'm saying that. You did that too, TWM. What are we saying? Some guy on TX saw a rat that stole his credit card. I don't believe that to be true. Can I RAR my version and send it? You want to see something hilarious? Check this out. Lower left of this. So here's my JRunner folder structure. I'm going to back up to my JRunner folder. Right? So here's my JRunner folder. I'm going to click Properties. Watch how big this thing goes. 33 gigabytes. You sure you still want my JRunner folder? That's because I have 33 gigabytes worth of NAND backups built into that thing. So I don't think you really want that happening. Anyway, like I said, I was saying, I appreciate you guys hanging out with us today. Crystal, say hi and bye.
Hi and bye.
Hi and bye. Okay. So, yeah, 33 gigabytes. Exactly. It's crazy. Hopefully I'll be doing more live streams in the future, but be sure to let me know if you have questions or whatever in the comments. I'll try to get back to you. Have a great night, everybody.